Welcome to Tip Inc.'s 2020 stock market case study, and I'm just going to get right into it because I know everybody's super busy. The outline for this presentation is theory, then variables and assumptions, results, and conclusion. And the theory is that you can make greater than 100% return on investment in 1 year with one trade a week in less than 4 minutes a week. And that's the theory we made at the beginning of 2020. And if that was the hypothesis, then the null hypothesis is that you cannot make greater than 100% ROI in 1 year working less than 4 minutes a week. And what we did was we tried to set as many of the known variables constant as possible. So we set position sizing to 20%, meaning that we risk 20% of our account balance each trade. And we also set a management style as to take profits at the 30% profit mark. And this let us test the last variable, which was our stock selection, which is dependent on our criteria and the algorithm we created. And return on investment, we wanted to be greater than 100%. So some of the assumptions that we made are that you would be able to make one trade a week that Friday afternoon in between 3:30 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right before the markets close for the weekend, and that it takes about 4 minutes to make one round-trip trade, and we found that it is true for intermediate traders. So here's a general ROI formula assumption that we made, and this might look a little complex, but it's basically just saying that ROI is a function of position size, position management, and the underlying security. And in this case, it was the stock was the main varying factor each week. So the key performance indicators we were looking to measure were ROI, hold time, reward to risk ratio, and win rate. And here are the numbers. You can all see them for yourself. I'm not going to go over each of them. And here's the raw data. Once again, I'm not going to touch on any individual trade. If you're an intermediate trader, you probably even recognize some of these tickers here. And this was the second half of the year. So the results, here's the profit loss per trade. And you can see that the amounts got greater as the account grew in value because the position size was always a percentage of the account balance. And when you look at the gains and losses in terms of percent of account balance, you can see that it was generally following that trend. There were some outliers here and there. And obviously this is the stock market, so there's high variability with these results. And here's the growth of 100,000 in this one trade a week strategy. And I do want to say that these points are all just the end of week close prices. So the conclusion that we drew is that you can make greater than 100% ROI in 1 year with a one trade a week strategy working less than 4 minutes a week. So to recap, we talked about the hypothesis and the null hypothesis, the variables and the assumptions, the results and the raw data, and the conclusion. If you would like access to our course that teaches you how to trade and invest, you can schedule a call at this link, and there should be somewhere to download these slides. And these are live links. You can click right on these links as well, and that'll take you to the call page, and you can fill out a brief survey and then schedule a time slot